All right, here's the Unit 8 test review. Number 1, anybody know what you have to do on number 1? Lobster claw, that's it. That's all you have to do on it. So, x times x. Remember, there's little ones right here. So, x times x is x to the second. A lot of people are forgetting that little number, and that's messing them up. X to the second. Then x times negative 6 is negative 6x. Positive 6 times x. Positive 6x. And then positive 6 times negative 6. Negative 36. Okay? Then I look at what I have there, and I have to combine like terms. Which two go together? And now I'm adding them. Negative 6 and positive 6. Cancel. X to the second minus 3. That's all you have to do on that. You're not doing extra steps on these first couple problems, okay? All right, number 2. Cora, do you remember what you have to do special on number 2? Very good, Cora. You have to write it twice. So 2x minus 1 and 2x minus 1. You have to do that step, okay? All right, Levi, what are we doing now? Lobster claw, okay? 2x times 2x, guys, is 4x squared. 2x times negative 1, negative 2x. Negative 1 times 2x, negative 2x. And then negative 1 times negative 1, positive 1. Okay? So this is no calculator, so make sure you're just using your brains here. All right, so now I'm going to put together my like terms. Do negative 2 and negative 2 cancel each other out? No. Negative 2 and negative 2, you put them together, which gives you negative 4x, and you drop down the 4x squared, and you drop down the plus 1. Okay. Do I have a question? Okay, number 3. Zach, what are we doing? Lobster claw. So 2x times x is 2x to the second. Add your little numbers. 2x times 3, 6x. Don't forget your x. Negative 5 times x. And negative 5 times positive 3. Negative 15. Okay. Natasha, what else do I have to do on this one? Positive 6 minus 5 gives you positive 1x. No, you don't have to have that 1. It's optional. Okay. Drop down your 2x squared. Drop down your negative 15 at the end. Okay. Questions? Okay. Number 4. Number 4. All right. On this one, I want you to do the first 2 parentheses first. So I want you to lobster claw those. I want you to do that first. So 4x times x is, good, 4x squared. 4x times 3, good. Negative 2 times x, and negative 2 times 3, negative 6. Okay. All right, so I want you to lobster claw first. All right, what do we have to do with the minus and the next parenthesis? Change your sign. So I want you to do that. So this becomes a positive. Right there, that becomes a positive. Don't forget about this one. That one's a big mistake a lot of people keep making. The 2 also changes. What does the 2 become? Negative? Yeah, Andrew? I'm going to do that next. You can do it either way. Okay. All right. 3 becomes negative, and then the 6 becomes positive. Okay. Do that before you drop them down. So now I'm going to drop them down. So I'm going to write negative 2x squared, negative 3x, and positive 6. So when I drop them down, they should have those different signs. All right, now I'm going to combine like terms again. James, what goes with 4x squared? Which gives you what? Mary, what goes with 12x? Ah, very good. All three of these go together. All right, guys, what's 12 minus 2? Minus 3? Positive 7x. And Rebecca will go together last. And what happens to those? They cancel. Okay. All right. Number 5. What are the roots of 16x squared minus 49 equals 0? Julius, what word do we circle? What, Julius? Roots. Sarah, what does roots mean? Set equal to 0. Set equal to 0. Okay? All right. Caitlin, what are we going to have to do next on this one? Good. Okay, so what goes into 16, guys? 4. Does 4 go into 49? No, it's an odd number. What goes into 49? Does 7 go into 16? So there's no greatest common factor. How many parts does this have? So what do you do next? Uh-huh. Very good. Okay. Because I'm afraid it'll confuse you right there. We're going to do it at the end, but we don't want to do it at the beginning. Okay. So I just kind of mark it out because some people think then it has 3 parts and it really doesn't. Okay. Good question. All right. Elizabeth, now what are we going to do with them? Yep. Now we're going to equal them to 0. So 4x minus 7 equals 0. 4x plus 7 equals 0. Okay. Andrew, help me with this one. What do you move over? Plus 7. Then what do you do, Andrew? Divide by 4. Okay. I cannot stress you enough how important it is to work these out. Work them out before you circle and answer your choice. Lily, help me work this one out over here. Uh-huh. Yep. And then what? Good. So you're getting fractions for these. You're getting positive 7 over 4 and negative 7 over 4. So Stephanie, what's your answer going to be? D. Okay. All right. Number 6, which direction does y equals negative 4x squared plus 3x plus 8 open? Neve, what direction does that one open? Down. Julius, why does this one open down? Very good. He said it exactly right. Whatever's with x to the second, if it's negative, it opens down. This is where you have to look in the front. Got to look in the front. Okay, good. All right, number 7. Which is the graph of x squared plus 2x minus 15? James, what's one thing you can tell me just by looking at this? What? Uh-huh, it's got 3 parts. Cora, what else do you know about this one? Good. Opens up. Guys, do all of our answer choices open up? Yeah, so unfortunately we can't mark any out. Zach, what else do you know about this? The y-intercept. So negative 15 is like way down here, but you can at least mark out 2 answers, A and C, because A goes through what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it has to go through negative 15. So you can mark out A, and C goes through negative 3, so you can mark out C. Okay? B and D both could go through negative 15. Okay? Okay, how are we going to choose between B and D? We're going to have to work it out. Okay, we're going to have to work it out. How do we work out something like this? Good. Kick out the negative 15. All right, 2 things that multiply to give me negative 15? Okay. What happens when you add negative 5 and 3? There you go. Okay? It'd have to be that one. All right, so x plus 5, x minus 3. So the next step is parentheses. That's the next step. And then, Stephanie, what would the last step be? Set it equal to 0. So x plus 5 equals 0, and x minus 3 equals 0. Natasha, what are you going to get for your two x values? Good. Sarah, which one goes through -5 and +3 on the x? D. Okay. Questions? Uh-huh. Okay. Number 8, which is a factor of x squared minus 11x plus 18? All right. When it says factor, does that mean set equal to 0? No. Okay. That just means do the parentheses part. Okay. Factor just means you have to put it into parentheses. Okay. That's what that means. So, Andrew, how would I work this one out? X squared minus 11x plus 18. Yeah, because it's got 3 parts. Lily, 2 things that multiply to give me 18. Good. And they have to both be negative to give you -11. Okay? So x minus 9, x minus 2. And you stop there on this one and you look at your answer choices. Rebecca, is x minus 2 one of our parentheses? Yep. So that is the answer. Is x plus 9? Nope. Is x plus 2? X minus 6? Nope. Okay. All right. All right, number 9, completely factor 12a to the third minus 27a. Again, factor means you're doing parentheses stuffs. Okay? All right, so Levi, what can you tell me first about this one? Ah, very good. He notices they both have an A. So they have something in common. Do they have anything else in common other than an A? Anybody? A 3, okay? So the first thing we have to do is divide by 3/8. This one has a GCF. So if it has one, you have to do that step. The one we just did didn't have a GCF, but this one does, okay? Mary, what are we doing next? Good. So I get 4a to the what? Second. -27 divided by 3? -9. And what do your a's do? Cancel out. Okay. All right, Caitlin, what else should I do up here? Okay, what else? Uh-huh. And what else? You can do more. Guys, how many parts does this have? 2. Will 4 split? Will 9 split? Yep. All right, Caitlin, how's it split? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Good. Elizabeth, what answer choice does that match? Yes. D. Okay. Yep. Great observation. Thank you, Andrew. I forgot to point that out. So C is the same as this step right here. So C is like kind of correct, but it says, what does this word mean? Which means you have to go all the way to the very possible end. Okay, so thanks for pointing that out, Andrew. So this one is kind of right, but when it says completely, you have to do another step if there is a step possible. Okay, all right. Number 10, what are the roots of the equation x squared minus 3x equals 18? Cora, keyword? Roots. Mary, what does roots mean? Good. Guys, what are the other words that mean set equal to 0? X-intercepts? Solutions? Zeros. Very good. Okay. James, what do I have to do first on this crazy one? Yep. So guys, don't kick out the 18 yet. Don't kick it out. The first thing you have to do is move it to the left, to the left. All right. What happens when you move it over? What's it become? So it's going to be x squared minus 3x minus 18. So that's hard to remember. So do your best to remember that. Everything has to be together. You shouldn't have an equals in the middle of your problem. Okay, so you move that 18 over to the other side. It becomes negative. Okay, Zach, what are we going to do now? Anybody two things that multiply to give you negative 18? Okay. So that means my answer is B, right? Thank you. Good job, Caitlin. All right, I'm not done with this problem, okay? I haven't done all the work yet, so I'm not going to circle an answer yet. Not done. I got to do parentheses, x minus 6, x plus 3. This is the step you should not skip. I don't care how smart you are. This is the step you shouldn't skip, the parentheses step. Now, if you want to skip the next step, I'm okay, and go straight to the answer, I'm okay with that. But this step, you don't want to skip. It'll mess you up. When you set these equal to 0, what are you going to get? So what is your answer? C. Okay. Don't skip the parentheses step. All right. Number 11. Which is the graph of the function g of x equals negative 1/3 x squared plus x plus 6? Natasha, what's one thing you know about this? What? It opens down. What's the only graph that opens down? So sometimes you have to do work, like on number 7, we had to do a lot of work to get the answer because there wasn't one that matched it until you did all the work. Sometimes you're able to just circle an answer, so it just depends on the problem. Okay. All right. Number 12, Elizabeth. How are we going to factor that? 10x to the third, y squared minus 25, x to the second. Are y'all missing the problem? All right, write it down on your paper. Write it right here. Write down the problem. How are we going to do that, Elizabeth? What do you notice about it? What do you have to do first on these? What do you have to check for? A GCF. You got to check for a GCF. That's what you got to check for first. Stephanie, does this one have a GCF? Yep. Well, we'll go into both of them. 5. So if it has a GCF, you have to do it. Lily, what else do they have in common? How many? Yep, you pick the smallest small number, so x to the second. Okay. And Sarah, what else? What else do they have in common? Y to the second. Okay. All right, Julius, what do you do next? All right, what do you get? What else do you get here? Y to the third. Okay. And Andrew, what else do I have to do with that? Okay. Levi, what's my answer? B. Okay. All right, guys, this one has 2 parts. Why can't I split it? Yeah, nothing will split evenly 5. Also, you can't split x to the 1. It has to either be x to the 2, x to the 4, x to the 6. Okay. All right, last one. 13. All right, I don't think we've done one like this before, all the way. What does solve mean you're going to have to do? Good. Set it to 0. Write that down. Set equal to 0. You have to set equal to 0 at the end. Okay? All right, what do you notice first about this one? Negative 30x squared plus 36x. There is a greatest common factor. What will go into both of them? 6. Okay? What else? Very good. It has to be negative. Why does it have to be negative? Because the first number is negative. What else? And an x. Okay? Okay? All right, now what am I going to do? Divide. Neve, what do you get when you divide? All right, Caitlin, what do you think I do next? Very good. Okay. If you want to put this in parentheses, you can. But Caitlin says we have to set it equal to 0, and she is correct because it said to solve, set equal to 0. Once again, guys, this one has 2 parts, but it doesn't split because you can't split 5 evenly when you're doing multiplication. Okay, so we're going to set this equal to 0. 5x minus 6 equals 0. 5x minus 6 equals 0. Rebecca, help me solve this. What would I do? And then what? Very good. So you get 6 over 5. Which answer has 6 over 5 in it? Okay, let me show you where this 0 is coming from. It's coming from this. They're setting that equal to 0. They're setting this part equal to 0. How do you get x by itself on that one? Very good. You divide. What's 0 divided by negative 6? 0. That's where they're getting that from. Okay, but the only one that has 6 over 5 in it is D.